Never choose comfort over effort. This is a truth that most people don't want to hear. Every single day, you have a choice: comfort or effort, safety or growth, stagnation or transformation. And most people choose comfort. They choose to sleep in instead of working out, they choose to watch TV instead of learning, they choose to stay in their job instead of taking on challenges, they choose to avoid difficult conversations instead of having them. They choose to stay in their comfort zone instead of pushing themselves. And they think it's fine. They think they are just being practical. They think they're just being smart. But here's the thing: comfort has a real cost. The cost is growth, the cost is potential, cost is becoming who you could have been. And the worst part, the cost is invisible. You don't see it today, but over time, it compounds. Years of comfort choices lead to a life of regret. Never choose comfort over effort. This is episode 32. I'm your host, and today we are talking about the seduction of comfort, why it's dangerous, and how to choose effort even when it's hard. Let's go. Let me start with the seduction of comfort. Comfort feels good, it feels safe, it feels right. When you're comfortable, you don't have to push yourself, you don't have to face your fears, you don't have to risk failure, you don't have to be vulnerable, you don't have to grow. Comfort is like a warm bed on a cold morning. It feels amazing. You want to stay there forever. But here's the thing: comfort is a trap. When you choose comfort, you're choosing stagnation. You're choosing to stay where you are. You're choosing to not grow. You're choosing to not become who you could be. And the seduction of comfort is that it feels like it's the right choice. It feels like you're being smart. It feels like you're being practical. It feels like you're taking care of yourself. But you're not. You're trapping yourself. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is the enemy of transformation. Comfort is the enemy of excellence. Let me be specific about the price of comfort. The comfortable employee stays in the same job for 20 years, doesn't take on challenges, doesn't learn new skills, doesn't push himself. At retirement, he realizes he never became who he could have been. He had security but no growth. He had comfort but no fulfillment. The comfortable entrepreneur builds a business, makes decent money, stops pushing, stops innovating, stops taking risks, watches competitors pass him by. His business stagnates. He had comfort but no growth. The comfortable athlete has talent, trains enough to stay competitive, but doesn't push himself, doesn't do the extra work, doesn't sacrifice, gets passed by hungrier athletes. He had comfort but no championships. The comfortable student does enough to get by, doesn't study hard, doesn't push himself, doesn't develop real skills, gets a mediocre job, had comfort but no opportunity. The price of comfort is high. The price is your potential. The price is your future. The price is becoming who you could have been. Here's what makes comfort so dangerous: the cost is invisible. You don't see it today. You don't see it tomorrow. You don't see it next week. But over time, it compounds. Years of comfort choices lead to a life of regret. Think about it. If you choose comfort today instead of working out, you lose one workout. No big deal. But if you choose comfort every day for a year, you lose 365 workouts. You lose a year of fitness. You lose a year of health. You lose a year of strength. If you choose comfort today instead of learning, you lose one day of learning. No big deal. But if you choose comfort every day for a year, you lose 365 days of learning. You lose a year of growth. You lose a year of knowledge. You lose a year of skill development. If you choose comfort today instead of taking on a challenge, you lose one opportunity. No big deal. But if you choose comfort every day for a year, you lose 365 opportunities. Lose a year of growth. You lose a year of experience. You lose a year of becoming. The invisible cost of comfort is that it compounds. Small choices, small comfort choices lead to big regrets over time. Now, let me tell you about effort. Effort is the path to growth. Growth requires effort. Transformation requires effort. Excellence requires effort. There's no way around. You can't become fit without effort. You can't become skilled without effort. You can't become successful without effort. You can't become who you want to be without effort. Effort is the price of growth, and it's a price worth paying. Kobe Bryant chose effort, trained at 4 a.m. every morning, worked on skills relentlessly, pushed himself beyond what was comfortable, got different results, won championships, became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Steve Jobs chose effort, worked obsessively, pushed himself and his team, never settled for comfortable, got different results, revolutionized multiple industries. Oprah Winfrey chose effort, worked hard at every job, took on challenges, pushed herself beyond comfort, got different results, became one of the most influential people in the world. Elon Musk chose effort, works 80 plus hours weeks, pushes himself relentlessly, never settles for comfortable, gets different results. Revolutionized industries. Sarah Blakely chose effort. Worked in sales, kept pushing, started Spanx while working full time. Sacrificed comfort, got different results, built a $1 billion company. Michael Jordan chose effort, trained relentlessly, worked on defense, pushed himself beyond what was comfortable, got different results, won championships, became the greatest basketball player of all time. Effort is the path to growth, and these people prove it. Here's something important: effort is uncomfortable, effort is painful, effort is hard, effort is not fun. When you choose effort, you're choosing to be uncomfortable, you're choosing to face your fears, you're choosing to risk failure, you're choosing to be vulnerable, you're choosing to grow. And that's hard. But here's the thing: that discomfort is temporary, the results are permanent. When you work out, it's uncomfortable. Your muscles burn, you're tired, you want to stop, but you keep going, and eventually you get stronger. You get fitter, you get healthier. The discomfort was temporary, the results are permanent. When you learn something new, it's uncomfortable. Your brain hurts, you're confused, you want to give up, but you keep going, and eventually you understand. You master it, you grow. The discomfort was temporary, the results are permanent. When you take on a challenge, it's uncomfortable. You're scared, you might fail, you're vulnerable. But you keep going and eventually you succeed. You grow, you become more capable. The discomfort was temporary, the results are permanent. The discomfort of effort is the price of growth, and it's a price worth paying. The Bible understands the power of effort. In Proverbs 12, verse 24, we read, diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. Those who choose effort will lead, those who choose comfort will become enslaved to poverty and circumstance. In Proverbs 6, verses 6 to 11, we read, go to the ant, you sluggard, come, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. The ant works without being forced, the sluggard sleeps and becomes poor. Comfort leads to poverty. In Proverbs 13, verse 4, we read, the lazy desire much but get little, but those who work hard will prosper. Desire alone doesn't create results, effort creates results. The diligent prosper. In Proverbs 14, verse 23, we read, all hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Effort creates profit, comfort and talk create poverty. In Proverbs 21, verse 25, we read, the craving of the sluggard will be the death of him, because his hands refuse to work. Laziness doesn't just limit you, it destroys you. Comfort choices have real consequences. In Colossians 3, verses 23 and 24, Paul writes, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Effort is not just about results, it's about serving God. Choosing comfort is choosing to not serve. In Romans 12, verse 11, Paul writes, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor as you serve the Lord. You should be zealous in your efforts. Comfort is the opposite of zeal. In 1 Corinthians 9, verses 24 to 27, Paul writes, do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like somebody running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike my body and make it my slave so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. You have to train strictly. You have to discipline your body. Comfort is the enemy of winning. In 2 Timothy 1, verse 7, Paul writes, for the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self discipline. God gives us the power to choose effort over comfort. Comfort is a choice to be timid. In Hebrews 12, verse 11, we read, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it will produce a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Effort is painful, but it produces righteousness and peace. Comfort produces regret. In Ecclesiastes 9, verse 10, we read, whatever your hand finds to do it with your might, for there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. Do everything with all your effort. Life is short, comfort is a waste of time. In Proverbs 10, verse 4, we read, lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Comfort leads to poverty, effort leads to wealth. In Proverbs 22, verse 29, we read, do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank. Skills skills come from effort. Effort leads to prominence. Comfort leads to obscurity. So how do you recognize when you're choosing comfort? How do you catch yourself? First, notice when you're making excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'm not ready. I'll start tomorrow. These are comfort excuses. Second, notice when you're avoiding challenges. When you see an opportunity that scares you, do you take it or do you avoid it? If you avoid it, you're choosing comfort. Third, notice when you're staying in your comfort zone. Are you are you doing the same things? Are you staying in the same job? Are you staying in the same relationships? Are you staying in the same patterns? If so, you're choosing comfort. Fourth, notice when you're prioritizing effort over ease over growth. Are you choosing the easy path or the growth path? Are you choosing what feels good or what makes you better? If you're choosing what feels good, you're choosing comfort. Fifth, notice when you're comparing yourself to your potential. Are you becoming who you want to be? Are you growing? Are you pushing yourself? Or are you staying the same? If you're staying the same, you're choosing comfort. So, how do you build tolerance for discomfort? How do you get comfortable with being uncomfortable? First, start small. You don't have to do something massive. Pick one small discomfort, do it, then pick another. Build tolerance gradually. Second, understand that discomfort is temporary. The feeling will pass, you'll get through it, and on the other side, you'll be stronger. Third, focus on the why. Why do you want to push yourself? Why does this matter to you? Connect with your purpose. This will help you push through discomfort. Fourth, find accountability. Tell someone what you're doing. Ask them to hold you accountable. This will help you stay committed. Fifth, celebrate small wins. Every time you choose effort over comfort, celebrate it. Notice it, acknowledge it. This will help you build momentum. Sixth, be patient with yourself. You're building a new muscle. It takes time. Be kind to yourself. So, how do you make effort a habit? How do you make pushing yourself automatic? First, make it part of your identity. Don't say, I'm trying to work out. Say, I am an athlete. Don't say, I'm trying to learn. Say, I am a learner. Identity is more powerful than willpower. Second, make it routine. Do the same thing at the same time every day. The more routine it becomes, the more automatic it becomes. Third, make it non negotiable. Don't give yourself the option to skip. It's not a choice, it's something you do. Fourth, make it connected to your purpose. Remember why you're doing this. Remember what you're working toward. Remember who you want to become. Fifth, find community. Find people who are doing similar things. Find people who support your effort. Community is powerful. Sixth, measure progress. Keep track of what you're doing. Notice the changes. Celebrate the wins. Progress is motivating. So, how do you measure the cost of comfort choices? How do you see the real price? First, look at your results. Are you happy with where you are? If not, comfort choices are the reason. Second, look at your potential. Where you could be if you choose effort instead of comfort. What you could achieve, what could you become? Third, look at your regrets. What do you wish you had done? What opportunities did you miss? What did you not become? These are the costs of comfort. Fourth, look at your time. How much time have you spent in comfort? How much time have you wasted? How much time could you have spent growing? Fifth, look at your relationships. How have comfort choices affected your relationships? Have you become the person you want to be? Are you the friend, partner, parent you want to be? Sixth, look at your future. If you continue choosing comfort, where will you be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years? That's the cost of comfort. Here's something important. People will People who choose comfort develop an invisible advantage. They develop skills, they become more capable, they can do things others can't. They develop resilience, they can handle difficulty, they can bounce back from failure. They develop confidence, they believe in themselves, they know they can do hard things. They develop momentum, they keep moving forward, they keep growing, they develop the ability to shape their lives. They are not victims of circumstance, they are creators of their future. And this invisible advantage compounds over time. Small efforts, consistently applied, create big results over time. This is why Kobe became champion. This is why Steve Jobs revolutionized industries. This is why Oprah became influential. This is why Elon Musk is changing the world. This is why Sarah Blakely built a $1 billion company. This is why Michael Jordan became the greatest basketball player of all time. They chose effort, and the invisible advantage compounded. Here's the truth: never choose comfort over effort. Every single day, you have a choice: comfort or effort, safety or growth, stagnation or transformation. And the choice you make today determines who you become tomorrow. If you choose comfort today, you'll be comfortable tomorrow, but you'll also be the same person. You'll have the same skills, you'll have the same results, you'll have the same life. If you choose effort today, you'll be uncomfortable today, but you will be a better person tomorrow. You will have new skills, you will have new results, you will have a new life. The discomfort of effort is temporary, the results are permanent. The cost of effort, the cost of comfort is high, the cost is your potential, the cost is your future, the cost is becoming who you could have been. Never choose comfort over effort. That's the truth. That's the path to transformation. This is built, not felt by the Rice Code. I'll see you all in the next one.